Yeah. You got a motor? We got the cure. Welcome to Ball Guy's Garage.
We've got our cam bearing changed out. Got all of our parts laid out here. And what we're going to do now is go ahead and put the cam and the oil pump and all that in here. So I always like to put a little bit of assembly lube in my rear cam bearing. Just a little extra to be sure. Not a big fan of anything that runs dry. We're going to put a little bit on the cam. And then your cam's got a little bit of stuff on it. So we're going to just anti-corrosion. We're just going to kind of wipe that off there. Anyway, all right, so we've got the cam ready to go. We got the oil pump. Everything is pre-lubricated and ready to throw in. Probably throw isn't the best word for it, but that's what we're using tonight. Sorry, Troy. So anyway, got that. Our engine case is nice and clean. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put the cam in. Orientation does not matter. Before I put it in, if you look at your cam, you got one tooth that's larger than all the rest. Okay. That's where your cam sprocket goes. We got another video that's just into timing only, but we're going to cover that here too. So we're going to put the cam in, just push it all the way back. It's fine. No big deal. All right. So that's in. Next thing we're going to do is we need to get the oil pump on. Now, you notice you got two rotors. You got this rotor and the one in the back. Pay attention to where the hex is on your motor, on the end of the crank. And I try to kind of pre-align those together with the idea of where they're going to go in. So that's going to go in just like this. You check, you got your new O-ring here. You've got no O-ring in the hole in the back where this goes. Look straight in the rear. Then you've also got, we've already got our new O-ring here, which is the secondary one that goes to the cam plate. So, looking at my cam gears, I'm looking at the flats to match the flats on the crank. This is just so it's easier to get in. Get this lined up nice and smooth, and I'm going to go ahead and just ever so gently, we do not want to force it. Try to get this in there. You got to try to line the flats up with the crank, because if not, you're going to struggle. You can always turn the motor if you have to, but these aren't that hard to turn either. So, all right, let me get that on there. I say that, but having trouble finding the angle here. Who would have thought? All right. There we go. Number one's on. We're going to slide all the way on until the second one lines up. There we go. It's popped on. All right. Now, they pre-assemble these. I leave these bolts in here so this thing doesn't fall apart as we're trying to put the oil pump in. When those rotors fall out, it can be a pain in the butt to get them back in. Just, of course, I have it. I do it like that. So now, very gently, we're going to go ahead and pull these pre-assembly bolts, the new bolts, out of the pump. Okay, we're going to take these out. We don't want anything to fall apart, so just gently pull them out of there. They're all four the same size. So with those out, our pump can now set all the way back in. All right. You got to line up your O-ring, and it should pop in. Your pump should go in and be, I say that, but your pump should go in and be all the way even with the side. Gently take your bolts out. So you should see your surface here, all your bolt surface, mounting surfaces, and where the other O-ring is, where the cam plate bolts to. Your oil pump should be even with that. If it's not, your O-ring's not in. Sometimes you may have to take, a blunt wooden handle off of a mallet or something and just kind of tap with something soft on here just to make sure that O-ring seats in. Put some oil on the O-ring ahead of time. All right, once again, now we're going to, right here on the bore of our cam plate. Again, this is going to be dry because it's all brand new. So You can say you don't need this. Somebody I'm sure has their own comment, but I'm going to put some assembly lube on it because why not, right? So we're going to take this guy. We're going to get it ready, and she just goes straight on like this. Nice and simple, right? Okay, now if we've got that right, we're just going to run these 4 bolts in. I'm not tightening them down yet. I'm going to get the cam plate tight, and then we'll bolt the oil pump to it. That way everything lines up nice and easy. Again, we're not gonna torque these down. We're going down to the first ugga-dugga. All right. Okay, we got those in. We're going to ask Adam to give us a 1/4-inch ratchet out of the top of the toolbox. Once again, as I've said before, everybody, get yourself an Adam. He still has his hair, but he's great to have around. Okay, once I've got these all where I want them tightened down, then we're going to go around and we'll tighten up the oil pump. That way everything seats nicely together, right? We don't want nothing falling apart. Okay. All right, oil pump is tightened. Now we need the cam spacer washer. Again, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil Earl on there. And so I'm gonna ask Adam to go ahead and turn our crank, or turn our back tire that we now still have in 6th gear. Oh, go back a little bit. I'm gonna go till the flat on this crank is straight up and down. Little more, Adam. Little more. And right there. Okay. So, essentially, now we're going to go back to our training for sprockets, cam timing. So you've got a dot on each sprocket. And what we're looking for, if I can get this back in the damn chain. Okay, so what we're looking for, you've got 2 dots. You see that one there? And you see that one there. So we're looking for, if they are correct, I can draw a straight line between that bore, the 2 dots, and the bottom bore. We know those are good. If I rotate it out of whack in either direction, come back, they're still lined up. That's perfect. So what I'm going to do now is, I know those dots are lined up. I really don't care where that cam sprocket's at, right? It can be wherever it needs to be. Let's say that cam sprocket is, we're 90 degrees out. Doesn't matter. I'm going to keep my crank sprocket off. I'm going to go ahead and line up my cam sprocket, get it started. Then I'm going to rotate this guy around, in theory, until the crank sprocket lines up and it falls on. So now, if Mr. Adam was to turn the back tire just a hair, we'll bring the camera over here. We can look. Oh, look, go back just a hair. And you can see right there, lines straight up. Cam timing is correct. So now we're going to ask for some blue Loctite up there, red bottle. We're going to put a little bit of Loctite on these. We're going to also look up the torque spec because I don't remember shit. Mental note, by the time you start going bald, your memory is gone. Just so you know. We're going to go ahead and put the crank bolt in, and then we're going to put the cam bolt in. All right, so we're going to get our 9/16 and a half. Now, as Adam's going to show you, we're going to grab out of our trusty little tool kit there. We've got our this little guy right here, about 10 bucks. You can get them on Amazon. This one does M8 and twin cam. And basically what we do with this, we're just going to put this in here and it goes right between the teeth. Like that. Locks them in so it can't turn. That way we don't have somebody over here sticking a screwdriver or something in the teeth trying to keep it from rotating when you torque it down. So we're going to look up. Hey Alexa, what is the cam sprocket bolt torque spec on a 2022 Harley M8 engine in Newton meters? We're going to ask her and see if she knows.
The cam sprocket bolt torque spec for a 2022 Harley M8 engine is 33 Newton meters, plus an additional 180 degrees of rotation. This is a torque to yield bolt that should be replaced after use.
Okay, Alexa has spoken. Alexa, on the same engine, what is the torque spec for the crank sprocket bolt for the cam chain?
The crank sprocket bolt torque spec for a 2022 Harley M8 engine is 180 to 220 Newton meters, followed by an additional 85 to 95 degrees of rotation. Are you working on your M8 engine currently or just researching specs?
Yes, but Alexa, that's the wrong bolt. We want the one for the cam chain, not the one for the drive chain. Sometimes you have to check Alexa's math.
The cam chain sprocket bolt torque spec for a 2022 Harley M8 engine is 33 Newton meters plus an additional 180 degrees of rotation. I can help you keep track. Want me to set a reminder about the 180 degree rotation step?
Thank you, Alexa.
You just made my day. Happy wrenching on that M8.
Wow. Hopefully,
happy wrenching.
Let's hope my fiance doesn't hear her talk to me like that. It'll be Dead Guy's Garage. Okay.
Bald Guy's Garage, assisted by Alexa.
Yes. She's great. Just ask her. Okay, guys. We now have the cam chain torqued down. The timing is done. The only thing we got left, we're going to put the chain tensioner on. Just for safety, we're going to put a little bit of Loctite on these. Hey Alexa, since this is Bald Guy's Garage, do you have hair? This should be interesting.
I don't actually have any hair. It's a good thing too, because I'm all out of shampoo.
Clearly, we have been in this garage for way too long.
Sounds like it's time to roll that Harley out and take it for a spin. Nothing beats the open road after hours of wrenching.
I like the way she thinks.
Yep. She keeps talking like that, Adam's going to ask her out. Okay. All right. That is done. So the next step will be we're just gonna leave that open for now. I'm not gonna put the cover on yet. The next step's gonna be putting the lifters and the push rods in.